It's fun because things are actually happening. Very different than most of the time when people get elected.
And I will shut down the Federal Department of Education, and we will move everything back to the state.
Most of the time when people get elected, they claim all these things when they're running for president. Then they get into office and not much changes.
Individualize education and do it with the love for their children.
And in fact, a lot of what they campaigned on, they don't practice at all. Great example is the Obama administration. The Hope and Change website had to be changed because there was a bunch of stuff in there about whistleblowers.
I don't think Mr. Snowden was a patriot. I called for a thorough review of our surveillance operations before Mr. Snowden made these leaks. My preference would have been for a lawful, orderly examination of these laws.
Protecting whistleblowers, which they didn't do at all. It was one of the worst administrations for whistleblowers.
What happens when Joe Rogan aims his verbal crosshairs at Barack Obama? Let's just say yes, we can get body slammed by elk jerky and hard truths. Rogan didn't just criticize Obama. He dismantled him like a TED Talk blooper reel on political delusion. If presidential charm was armor, Joe pierced it with a protein shake and a skeptical stare. Buckle in. This roast hits deeper than Obama's drone strike record, and with fewer civilian casualties.
Obama did it, and it's disgusting. It's a disgusting lie. Let's play it.
Said that there were very fine people on both sides of a white supremacist rally.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
See, that's crazy. I have never seen that last part of it.
Because the news has said that lie over and over and over and
Obama cruised through his presidency like the gym bro who flexes for selfies but skips leg day. He delivered hope and change speeches with the energy of a Pinterest quote glued to a sinking economy. While the world burned in slow motion, he smiled like he was binge-watching his own documentary. Slick rhetoric. Check. Zero ownership. Double check. Oh, and that Nobel Peace Prize? It felt less like an honor and more like a door prize handed out during a drone convention.
Can I get a glass of water? I'm serious. I'm thirsty. Can I get a glass of water? This is not a prank.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing.
No.
He gets a glass of Flint tap water, and I swear to God, he drinks it like this, like this.
Problem
He's
is solved?
bullshitting the world. Watch this.
Can I get some water? I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
Usually when something isn't a stunt, you have to say
It's
that.
100% a stunt. When was the last time a president stopped a speech to ask, can I get a glass of water? What? They would never do that. They would have water ready for him. No, you bring a fucking water on stage with you.
Joe didn't even come out swinging. He just raised an eyebrow and dropped one of his classic wait a minute lines, and that was enough. The smooth former president suddenly looked like a malfunctioning AI trying to reboot in front of a live audience. The charisma vanished. Rogan didn't roast him. He reverse-engineered the myth until all that was left was a polished shell selling expired slogans. It wasn't a takedown. It was a quiet demolition.
Obama, during this Kamala Harris administration, it changed my opinion of that guy.
I don't understand how we got so toxic, so divided, and so bitter.
He said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that.
Did you have a high opinion of him before?
Yeah, I did just as an intelligent person, a statesman. He's probably caught up in the system. It's very difficult to make real meaningful change. You think you're going to do something, and then you get into office, and you're like, oh God, what a quagmire this place is. But watching him just straight up lie.
Obama was sold as a movement, a revolution. What we got? A guy who live-streamed the revolution, slapped a filter on it, and pitched the rights to Netflix. Beneath that speechwriter-polished tone was a politician so pre-packaged, he made IKEA look custom-built. He could deliver 40 minutes on empathy, then casually greenlight drone strikes like it was part of the outro. He spoke of peace like fast food talks about wellness, technically not lying, but deep-fried in contradiction.
Obama, during this Kamala Harris administration, it changed my opinion of that guy.
I don't understand how we got so toxic, so divided, and so bitter.
He said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that.
Did you have a high opinion of him before?
Yeah, I did. I did just as an intelligent person, a statesman. He's probably caught up in the system. It's very difficult to make real meaningful change. You think you're going to do something, and then you get into office, and you're like, oh God, what a quagmire this place is. But watching him just straight up lie.
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan sliced through the Obama illusion with nothing more than plain sense and that signature blend of curiosity meets disbelief. No charts, no elite lingo, just something like, wait, isn't that insane? And suddenly, Obama's whole legacy started crumbling like a Jenga tower stacked on drone parts. The guy who promised transparency left behind a spy state so bloated it could be its own zip code. That's not reform, that's a digital surveillance buffet. And drones. Obama treated them like presidential fidget toys with kill switches. Joe laid it bare. If your victory still leaves people pawning their car to pay for stitches, maybe it's not a win. When a hospital visit needs a login, a lawyer, and a decoder ring, what you've built isn't healthcare, it's a bureaucratic escape room. And somehow, Obama sold all that with a smile.
You ever see that? He sips it like this. He barely drank it.
There you go. Generally, I have not been doing stunts here, but
Watch this. What was that?
This just confirms Flint water in his drink.
Get him gallons of that and then monitor his diarrhea.
He wants Hitler's generals to take over, and he's genuinely dangerous. Cut to yesterday and the two of them. There they are chatting. Barack's laughing, genuinely laughing, to where like his body is shaking.
And let's not skip the economy. Obama rode the post-crash recovery like a kid claiming he fixed the roller coaster by not touching it. Rogan's take. Congrats on not burning the house down twice. Obama had a way of turning disaster into branding. Unemployment. A teaching moment. Stagnant wages. Personal growth. Then came race relations. Obama had the once-in-history opportunity to heal, but instead he sprinkled essential oils on a dumpster fire and called it progress. One speech for the left, one wink for the donors. He was the Spotify playlist of presidents, something for everyone, nothing that lasted. 1 week, he's the face of revolution. Next week, he's cashing checks from the same banks that crashed the economy. Joe didn't laugh because it was funny. He laughed because reality had become satire, and Obama was the punchline.
Now that he's a Netflix producer, along with his 8 adult wife, Michelle, he's producing more racial division. The latest is called Leave the World Behind. It's a fictional thriller about the collapse of technology and what humans would do with no phones or computers. The movie follows a family on vacation at a rental house, and one night they're visited by a father and a daughter who show up seeking shelter. They say their phones no longer work and they need a place to stay. So immediately the white family, because they're evil, that's included in their DNA of course, is suspicious of the visitors because they're black. And it goes on and on and on like this. Here's a clip.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be dulled out easily to anyone, especially white people.
Can't trust white people. They're evil. This is the guy, remember, who became famous at the Democratic Convention in 2004 by telling us there is no white America, there's no black America, just one America. But of course, that's not really a profit model in politics, is it? So he's been stoking race hatred ever since, and the disarray around us is...
Rogan didn't need a think tank, a Harvard panel, or a battalion of interns to cut through the charade. Just a MIC, some common sense, and the guts to say what half the country was whispering while the other half tweeted inspiration from their Teslas. Meanwhile, Obama was dropping Memoir 2, the global remix, because nothing screams humility like a $65 million book deal and a non-profit pushing $80 mugs and Spotify playlists as solutions. The Obama Foundation didn't elevate communities, it elevated branding. Motivational speeches, staged drone shots, and overpriced merch turned real issues into a runway for ego. At this point, the only thing Obama's truly lifted is the public's tolerance for polished nothingness. And climate change. Don't forget, this is the same guy who warned us about rising seas, then bought beachfront property to watch it happen. Urgency. More like beachfront irony.